Hi there everyone, I'm back with this week's blog for you. Quite a few updates this week actually. Last week, you may recall, a lot was planned and happening but hadn't actually happened. It now has happened. The first, probably most, well, it is the most brilliant thing ever, is that the Raystone Secret Edition is now completed with its 2 brand new chapters. I say 2 because you may recall last week I was thinking about splitting the 1 chapter into 2, which I've actually done. So we now have basically 1 chapter tailing off and starting with chapter 12, Stone Spirits, which is then joined on to chapter 13, which is called 110%. And then that tails off, and then we're back into the original storyline. So hopefully when it's read as a whole, it'll all sort of blend in nicely and you would never suspect that the chapter wasn't in there, or chapters. I do like this one. I've got to be honest, it is Chris's chapter, really. You get a lot more scope on him as a person rather than just a character, including a little bit more about his dad, who he loses before the actual story starts. He regales Jessie with tales of how he ended up moving next door to her, and one of the main causes of that was his dad dying, so they had to relocate. And it's a good chapter because it, as I say, it focuses more on Chris as a person, and he has a memory of his dad which helps him through a challenge without giving too much away. So you get to feel a little bit more for him. Before, he was kind of overlooked. He was the geeky companion of Jessie's. He was kind of the next main character, but really not a lot more than that, apart from like comic relief. We've now got him sort of more as a person, and it's better. They've all got their own little backstory now. There's Jessie, the bullied outcast. There's Akai, the wolf, whose got background is a little bit mysterious, but that is going to be developed over the next few stories. There's Tasha, who's a typical bully. There's Hazel, who, again, she needs more development. She has got more development on this. I extended one of the chapters so that we get a little bit of insight into her personality as well. She was seen as a very cold person before. Her family were murdered near the start of the book, and she hasn't really had time to grieve. And in this one, we do sort of see a little bit more of a different side to her, as well as the fact that she is now a shapeshifter. So that's as I said, again, it's just simple little things that I've added into various chapters to make the characters a bit more three-dimensional, a bit more likeable, a bit more people can relate and go, yeah, I'm kind of like that person, or I'm kind of like that person. So hopefully when people read it, they'll be able to kind of relate and maybe draw on, it sounds cheesy, but maybe, sort of apply what they read and how that character deals with it to maybe things going on in their life. So again, cheesy, but that's kind of what I was thinking as I was writing it. I was like, well, how would I react? But there we go. So yeah, that is now available on lulu.com. Again, with its new front cover as well. Along with the second one, again, available. We are getting the ISBN sorted next month now, as funds are not, although I have been paid, funds are it's a bit of a dire situation at the moment. But for the people who have bought the book, I'd like to thank you. Again, people are ordering for their sons, their daughters, their friends, so it's great, that it is actually getting out there and getting noticed. And on that note, I'm going to do a personal shout out now to Ellis Wayman, who has kindly offered to help get me some publicity. Thanks, dude, you rock. Yeah, we're going to be trying getting some reviews. I do have copies coming up for you. Don't worry, they'll be there. So we're trying to get some reviews in time for May the 12th. As I'm sure you're all aware, that is the day CamCom is, it's fast approaching. So hopefully at the same time we'll get some publicity for that actual event as well. But again, it's I've got to get the actual copies of the book sent over to you, and they are being ordered and printed as we speak. On the subject of conventions, big news for myself and all Sonic fans. The date has been set for Summer of Sonic 2012, July the 7th. We don't know where, always knows it's somewhere in London. The website is being launched on Monday, I think. So lots of updates on that. Obviously, I'm not going to be publicising it, but I am so looking forward to it. And Sven, Adam, whoever watches this, if you can get Crush 40 to perform, please do it. They were awesome 2 years ago. Wow. Yeah. So we're gonna, So we've got that sorted. What else? I don't think there's actually an awful lot. Oh, for the more eagle-eyed of you, you may have spotted. I have a new bed. Sorry, it's got stuff on it. But yeah, I have a new bed. The king size that I had was just taking up far too much room. I didn't need one, and it didn't have any storage. This one actually does, although you can't really see. But a slight issue with the casters means that we can't actually. It's not on casters. They're sending a replacement divan for me on Tuesday, but it's a bed, and I'll tell you what, it is so comfy. 3 years of a mattress on the floor to that, an orthopedic bed. It's just awesome. You know, it's still a nice, decent sized double. So you know, I'm happy, and yeah. So we've hopefully my room will be a little. I'm just looking around at this organised chaos. You can't see it. I'm not turning the camera around because it's just a mess. Just stuff piled up high. You know, so that can just all go under the bed and out of the way, and I'll forget about it for 4 years. So yeah, that's pretty much it really this week. As I say, nothing to actually show you physically, but so much has happened, and I'm exhausted. Last night I just did not do anything book related, really. I was just so tired, and I just sat down and chilled out and slobbed out and watched TV, which I haven't done for ages. Yeah, so they're being done, as I say, they're being printed, and the illustrations now, I'm gonna have a proper go at them, painting, watercolours, all the rest of it. So I'm quite looking forward to it actually. You know, chance to experiment, especially with the watercolours. I have the pens, the magic pens that you just draw, then you paint water over them, and they turn to watercolour. So really looking forward to that. I know, I'm a geek. Get over it. But yeah, that's pretty much it really. So all was left to say is thank you for watching, and take care, and I'll be back next week. Bye now.